Recording.
All right, guys. So thank you very much for listening today. I really appreciate it. So we have a filled 15 minutes here. So we're talking about foodie fun at home and easy snacks for kids. So they're great for kids or adults or spouses. So if you don't have any kids and you just happen to view it anyway, then I appreciate you because you're going to learn some stuff too. All right. So let me make sure here. There we go. All right. So here's our team that's on today just to help me out. So I'm the presenter on the left. My name is Andrea Nicolai. I work for the University of Florida IFAS Extension in Polk County. And then we have Julie England, who was talking earlier, and she is in Seminole County doing Family and Consumer Sciences. And on the right side, we have Wendy Lynch, and she's going to be looking at the chat box in case you guys have any questions. And she's in Putnam County. And so here's the chat box. If you guys don't see it on your screen, you can sometimes hover like on the bottom or the top and it will show up, and then you can click on chat and ask a question if you have any questions. All right, and then just a quick reminder, so next week is customizable family meals, so you gotta get excited now. So that will be same time, same place next week then. So love it if you could join also. And then lastly, just evaluation will be sent out right following this webinar, and we might even put it up right in that chat box, so you could just click on it. If you could do that, because then we'll know, what to do better or for next time. And then also if you happen to learn anything, that's helpful for us to know. And if you didn't, that's also helpful for us to know. All right. So the what and when of snacking is one of the three big things you need to know. So there's three things I want to get across. So the what and when of snacking, what to choose, and then ideas and tips. So I just want you guys to know, children that develop healthy snacking habits early are more likely to keep them throughout their lifetime. So if we can do that with your kids now, and if you don't have good snacking habits now, maybe just we can figure out, because we can do this, just how to make them better. So, all right, so the what and when of snacking. So you think of it as a mini meal. So it's the goal of the snack is to hold you over between a meal. And so the idea is not to have a meal, but to hold you over. So it's like if I were holding up two hands, cupped hands right now, that's a meal. And then so a snack would be one cupped hand. So just to get an idea, here's a meal, two, and then one is the snack. And try to think, especially it can help with kids, but just about 2 hours before the meal would be a good idea, just to try to cut it off, because you want them to eat those, what we serve in the meals. And then remembering now and always, but just to wash produce, if you're going to have it, and just cool running water is all you need. And then even with the virus, and then wash your hands with soap and water before and after eating. All right, so what to choose, that's number two. So you know what they are, what a snack is, now what to choose. So you pick foods from the food groups. That can be very helpful. So if you're thinking about what to have for a snack, you can ask yourself, what food group would this be? And if you have no idea and you just can't even think about where it would go, maybe it's not the best snack for you. So like I was thinking, gummy bears, you'd be like, so just trying to think something outside in those food groups, is it a dairy, is it a grain, vegetable, and then thinking combo snacks. So if you can have two snacks together from two different food groups is what I'm trying to say, then if you can pair them together, it'll have more holding power. So sometimes you might find yourself eating and eating and eating, but if you could have two things together, two different food groups, that can hold you. So like even having oatmeal made with milk, or carrots and hummus, or apples dipped in peanut butter, or toast with banana slices, something like that. And then combo snacks, so that's that one. And then thinking outside the box. So that's kind of obvious, but just, sometimes we have a pantry, you open it and there's a bunch of bags and boxes of things in there. And if we can think outside the box, those could be better snacks also. So what to choose, thinking outside that box. So if I'm going to do that, there are three different kind of ways I could tell myself. I could try fruits and vegetables, so fresh, frozen, and canned. If you can get a fruit or a vegetable in every one of your snacks, that is really going to help you. Not only are they lower in calories, but they help you feel your best and look your best. And there are a ton of vitamins and minerals that you need, especially with kids. So just trying to think, we're all falling short on these. So whenever you reach for a snack, if one of your food groups could be a fruit or a vegetable, you're an all-star. So another idea, if you can't do that, but wet snacks. So just thinking about, is it like a bell pepper, cucumber slice, yogurt? They all tend to be wet snacks, and those can usually be healthier. And another one that can be helpful to people if they can't do the other two or don't want to think about those would be pairing a produce item plus protein. So produce and protein for your snacks. So you think like, what could be a produce? Like berries, and then pair it with something like a protein, which could be yogurt, or grapes and almonds, or raisins and peanuts, or peanut butter, or pineapple maybe and chicken salad or something like that. All right, so then number 3, some ideas and tips. So just trying to keep the healthy stuff handy. So you're way more likely to eat it if it's cut up, ready for you, bowl of apples on the counter, more likely to eat it. It's proven, taking the stuff out of the vegetable drawer and moving it up right to eye level where you see it, and having vegetables cut up already, way more likely to eat it. So, and letting them choose. So kids like to have some power. So the idea would be not like, what do you want for a snack today? And then blank. So you give them 2 healthy options. So letting them choose, would you like red grapes, or would you like some carrot sticks and hummus? Kind of giving them some choices out of those healthier options. And then if they can help make it, they're way more likely to eat it too. And then lastly, make it fun. So some tips on making it fun then, which will be our last thing just to cover here, would be kids love to dip. Adults love to dip too, I think. So at least I do, but just these are all great dip options. So if you can think of anything you want to dip in any of those that might be a produce, a fruit or vegetable, then go at it. So you could take fruit slices and, dip them in vanilla yogurt mixed with peanut butter. You take bell pepper slices, mix or dip them in some guacamole and things like that. And just, Bugs Bunny, that's also an option, which is why I have the carrots pictured. So great options. So just here, just kind of showing you, this is on the My Plate site for the government. And so if you have on the left side, just, with a creamy dip, you're like, okay, I'm doing celeries and carrots. But on the right side, you have it with hummus instead of the creamy dip. Do you see how on the right side, you're getting two different food groups together? So that will have more holding power. And so, the dip doesn't have any nutrients, really too many, but the hummus would have protein and fiber that would help us feel full. And it's made out of beans, which are also just great for us. So, okay. And so ideas and tips, making it fun on a stick. So if you can take whatever you were going to have and just put it on a stick, it makes it a lot more fun. So I was at a conference once, and it was the egg board was serving eggs on a stick. And it made it a lot more fun than someone just, here's a bunch of hard-boiled eggs. And so just putting, like a piece of pineapple, can be canned pineapple, putting it on this little toothpick or something just can make it more fun. And so those are just some other ideas on kebabs, putting it together and letting the kids help with that. And I have to say right now, apparently there's a run on popsicle sticks. Sales are up, and they think it's because kids are doing more crafts at home, but I think it's because they're putting things on a stick. All right, so ideas and tips, just making it fun then. Try rolling it up. So, even for yourself, you might be like, okay, I could have some shredded carrots, I could eat a spoonful of hummus, but maybe it'd be way more fun to put that in a lettuce wrap or something like that. Or taking something like banana, rolling it up on a tortilla, so like in a blanket. And then banana sushi, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but you just take a banana, you roll it in like kind of yogurt or white peanut butter on it, and then you roll it in something like Rice Krispies or Cheerios, and you cut them into little sushi slices, and you can serve it with chopsticks for your kids, or just something simple like taking a mozzarella or apple slice and then rolling turkey around it. Okay, and so just trying to make it fun then to the parfait. So that's anything layered. So you don't have to get complicated. It doesn't have to have granola. You can just use cereal if you want, or graham crackers. But just you could do frozen peas and then frozen carrots and just layer that. But it's way more fun, right? And so on a log, just taking a zucchini slice or a cucumber slice, or the traditional celery something like that, and wiping some yogurt or peanut butter or something like that on there, and then just making little ants just can make it fun. And then frozen, that can be a great idea too. Frozen grapes are delicious, especially when it's getting hot out now. If you're in Florida, it is hot here sometimes. And so I used to babysit, and one of their favorite snacks were the frozen blueberries. The kids would just take them out of the freezer and snack on them. So don't discount those items as like you can't, use those as snacks. They're really good options. All right, so here are some of my go-tos. So I just have 4 things I just want to quick say would be things I would go to. Apple nachos, version number 1. So you just slice apples, mix yogurt and peanut butter together, and then you sprinkle whatever you want on them, like nuts or seeds. And so then you can serve them as apple nachos. You can also do this with sweet potato slices thin or zucchini rounds, and then top it with salsa and chicken and cheese, and then you could melt it. So there's lots of fun options. Then this is my coworker's. She is awesome and introduced me to this idea, but you just kind of take that dip idea and then you spread it on individual apples, and you can serve them with a bunch of different options. And so just, your kids can have fun doing that if they're old enough, and give them a healthy snack. And then mini pizzas. So usually traditional, you could just think of a great one for kids, English muffin or a sandwich. Then you spread tomato sauce on it with cheese and pop in the microwave, but there's other options too. And then one of my favorites is the apple race cars. So you just take apple slices, you can have them pre-bagged or you can slice them yourself. And then you put 2 toothpicks for the wheels right through, and then you put half of grapes on each side. And you can do that with a pear, or you could make a truck and stuff with carrot sticks. I don't know. You could have a lot of fun. So that's a good one. And then my last one, just to show you, would be banana on a stick rolled in yogurt, and you stick it in the freezer. It's delicious. You can cut them into smaller pieces if your kids aren't that old. And then just a few other ideas: fruit and yogurt and ice cream cone, microwave apple crisp, just taking an apple and microwaving it and topping it with, cereal or something, delicious. Banana ice cream or strawberry sorbet, you're just taking plain straight up strawberries or bananas that have been frozen, cut into pieces, and then you just puree them. It's really good. You can add in stuff. And then lastly, if you like salty things, popcorn, nuts, seeds, roasted chickpeas, trail mix, kale chips, those are all good options. And then pairing them, of course. And if you like something sweet, try something like fruit would be definitely go-to, but the energy balls, dried fruit, things like that. And if you see on the bottom left, those are energy balls, but they actually have pumpkin in those. So you see how you can get a vegetable, a fruit, even in something like that. So just a reminder then, sheet pan meals would be our last one, comfort foods 3rd week, and then next week is customizable family meals. I'm talking really fast. You guys are helping me a lot here. Okay, so just gonna send you that Qualtrics link, and we'll try to put it right in the chat box so you can click on it, but otherwise I'll email it to you afterwards, or Julie or Wendy will, and we really appreciate your feedback. So I know we have about 2 minutes. If you guys have any questions, just let me know.
So, does anybody have any questions? Some people put some really good ideas in for some snacks, like yogurt with granola that they like. That's their favorite. Frozen mango, bananas. I already put the plug in the chat box, but Florida blueberries are in season. So look for them at your store. If you have a local U-Pick that's got a way to figure out how to deliver them to you safely. Ooh, banana muffins with no sugar. Let's see, any questions? Okay, Wendy did put in the Qualtrics survey. You can just click on that link and it will take you to the survey, which we greatly appreciate you filling out. And so any suggestions or other favorite snacks that you might use?
Thank you guys all for listening. Thank you, Julie.
Certainly. Ooh,
And
add
thanks,
cinnamon to
Wendy.
the microwave apples. Yum.
Yeah, that would be really good.
All righty. I don't see any questions. Like, ooh, somebody mentioned that the banana sushi sounded interesting. I thought so too. I'm gonna have to try that as soon as we get bananas. We're picking up tomorrow. Oh, somebody asked, could they invite some of our Head Start parents? And certainly, Deborah, I'll make a note and we'll send you something you can share. All righty. And so with that, I don't see any more questions. So we want to thank you. And